How special was it to be able to throw a couple of them to your brother Luke out there?
Yeah, that was cool. Especially the one-wheel route. That was pretty special. I'm glad we got to do that.
Was there anything differently that you wanted to accomplish today that you didn't in Indy, or anything you wanted to tweak?
I mean, a few inaccuracies on a couple balls, but other than that, I thought went pretty well.
Do you have a feeling of which one maybe went better for you? Indy or here today?
They're completely different. We ran a lot more routes today, so I thought they were.
This whole process, how do you feel, how important is what you do out here on this field? Do you feel like, compared to, the 2 years on the field that you
that's,
show people?
I mean, it's really, for the scouts and for all that, how they look at it or how they use it, or to determine back up the film, or, maybe something they didn't see, I don't know. But, it's something we got to do. So
it seems like these are more about showing the arm, mixing things up, versus the kind of film that you have from the last couple of years. Is that what the emphasis is here?
Well, I'd say it's probably, on the field there's so much going on, other stuff. Here it's routes on air. How does the ball look coming out of his hand? Anticipation, different kind of routes. It's strictly physical. Besides avoiding the rush and all that stuff. But
What do you feel like the teams have been asking you? What do you feel like they really want to kind of find out about you, maybe off the field?
They ask a lot of different questions, but I think more than anything, it's how you answer it. Because usually they know anything that you're about to tell them. And so it's do you tell the truth? Are you honest? Are you upfront? Do you try to hide anything? Who are you? Just little things like that.
Sted, I noticed you did your training with QB Country. What were some things that you guys worked on in the lead up to this?
Footwork, routes. Because I don't know how to do all this stuff. Getting it set up. They help with the script, set up the script. Help with the wideouts. Make sure everybody knows what to do while we're out here. Because it's really just. It's a lot of different moving pieces. I know it's just me throwing and them catching, but it's a lot of moving pieces with the managers and getting balls and, making sure everybody has the right routes. So just, I guess, basically just orchestrating them.
Is that a typical script? It seems pretty long.
I don't know. We looked at a few that they had done in the past that had around 50-some throws. I think we had 54, 55.
What do you feel like the biggest adjustment will be from college to the NFL?
Everybody moves that way 5 yards, about to get bombed.
See J-Pod's accuracy.
The quarterback sneak for you. Pushing the pass.
What do you think the biggest jump for you will be from college to the pros, and what you're checking on?
It's better football. You've got to play clean. It'll be a new playbook, so that'll probably be the biggest thing, just right off the bat, and learn a new playbook, new verbiage, and then just the physical thing. It's it's man's league. Avoid tackles, throw on time, accuracy.
Have you met with any teams multiple times yet, and kind of are you getting a feel maybe on anyone that was drafted yet?
No, not really. They're playing a game too because they don't want anybody to know who they want or anything like that. So, I try not to read into it because, they might not actually be interested in me if they've talked to me a lot, or might actually be interested in me if they hadn't talked to me at all, So I let them take care of that, and, all it takes is one.
Sted, what did you want to show scouts and teams about yourself through this process, more than anything that they could see on tape?
I tried to just go and do what I did on tape. I always thought I had a strong arm, accurate, could move. So really just wanted to go, do what we did every day in practice. Just want to be consistent. That's why I'm a little upset that we missed a few today. But it is what it is. But yeah, just arm strength, accuracy, anticipation.
What did Georgia taught you about in the classroom, on the field, that you have taken through this process?
Just, that every little moment matters. When we were practicing, on a Monday against, Sanford or something like that, consistency, and every rep, every interaction is a job. So,
Where do you believe you should go in the draft? Where do you believe you should be drafted?
What would you say about the journey, Stetson? I mean, everyone's followed your journey closely from the underdog to JUCO to back here to championship. Is it kind of starting over in that sense that, you know, maybe not viewed as the first round guy, maybe viewed as a backup coming in having to prove again?
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, but at the end of the day, when you boil it down, I mean, it's just who's the best football player, right? I mean, I know that people get caught up in the combine stuff, but football starts in August, right? I mean, that's when we play football. And so, I mean, it's proven every day that you can be consistent, so the coaches can trust you, and then it's just being good enough to play whenever it comes.
Were you pleased with what you did in Indy?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I thought I could have ran a little faster, but the week's tough. I also showed up and everybody's wearing 40 cleats, and I was like, I only got one pair, you know, and shouldn't have wore tights and, you know, wore a few layers of socks. It was dumb. I want to be comfortable throwing and wasn't really thinking about the running, but it is what it is.
Stetson, what did you sense from Jalen Carter just in terms of his psyche going through, you know, how things have transpired over the past few years?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Jalen's a rock. He knows who he is. We all know who he is. We know what comes with territory of, you know, where we are now and things that are, you know, going to be out and, you know, situations we put ourselves in and how to be responsible. And, you know, being a grown man is our job. So I think he understands that.
Have you found that any teams have asked you about Jalen? And overall, just how would you describe him as a team?
Yeah, I mean, teams want to know, you want to get information, you know, on people, but they've got their own guys doing that. And what's the second part?
You describe him as a teammate, just overall.
I mean, doesn't talk much, comes in, does his job, knows that he's the best one on the field, but still does things the right ways in the right gap so the backers can fit. Doesn't mind defending the run. Obviously can get after the quarterback. He's sudden, he's strong in his suddenness, twitchy, just right footwork. I mean, if you look at him, he's always in a power position. That's why he loves people off the line. But, you know, I think he's special.
So what can you tell us about the quarterbacks? You're going to be passing the torch off. We don't know who the next guy up is. Can you give us a little insight to each guy, maybe some things and characteristics about him we should look for?
Yeah, I mean, I think all three are really good ball players. They all have their strengths. And I think you don't really know what those strengths are until they're going to the fire. But I think the way that it's run here, the way the program is, by the time the football comes around, we'll have, you know, whoever's supposed to be the starter is going to be a starter, and they'll be, you know, well battled and ready to go.
Going back to the conversations that you've had with NFL teams over the last, you know, couple months or whatever, how do you feel like they've gone personally?
I feel like they've gone well. You know, I try to be myself. There's nothing to hide from. Be consistent in it. When I feel like, when you do that, I mean, I feel like there's no like anxiousness or anything like that. Like that's what it is. That's what happened. That's who I am. And
when you talk about the transition,
Two more questions.
I can throw it well. I can run. I'm pretty smart. We'll see.
when you talk about the transition to the NFL, how much of an advantage do you think you have coming from a pro-style NFL coordinated offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is an extreme advantage just knowing, because you don't know what you don't know, right? I mean, that's at the basis of anything. And so working with it for 3 years, terminology, protections, routes, changing plays, run plays, what works, what doesn't, how to save us in a bad situation, all those things. I think it's really.
All right, thank you, Stetson.